Hi, everyone. So tonight I have a special guest who I'm interviewing. Her name is Karen Sawyer, and she specializes in coaching of plant-based weight loss. Hi, Karen. How are you going?
Hi, Lynette.
Okay, so Karen, can you tell me what made you get into the weight loss side of plant-based coaching?
I guess the weight loss side of things has sort of come around a little bit more recently. When I got into plant-based coaching, I initially wanted to help people transition to plant-based eating. Yeah, I think I sort of struggled around with that for a little while. But what I've really found is that a lot of people who come to me for health coaching ended up having weight loss goals as part of what they were coming to me for. And I feel like I'm now starting to really attract more and more people who want plant-based weight loss. So that's where I'm headed. That's where my coaching has started to head. And look, I put myself through my own program earlier this year, and my own goal was to drop some of the, I guess, COVID padding that I had, I guess, put on my body as COVID started. Plus, my mother had also passed away earlier this year. So a few little things had just impacted my own body personally. And I really wanted to get rid of what I felt was that layer on my body. So I put myself through, actually had a fellow coach put me through my program. And and I ended up losing about 8 centimeters around my waist, which made me feel a lot happier about myself and my body. And I think as a result of sort of talking about that, it's really made people who want to go on a weight loss journey as well attracted to me. They sort of realized that the program that I use in my coaching actually works. So yeah, I've had quite a few people lose significant amounts of weight going through the program now. So I'm really happy. I know that it works.
Yeah. So what brought you to the plant-based coaching, so to speak? So what was your journey to this point?
Oh, it's probably a long journey, but I guess I've been an animal lover all my life. I remember as a very young child, we had cats growing up, and I used to love going to see horses in the paddock or cows in the paddock, and just really loved connecting to the animals. So, and then in my teenage years, as I started to take on some of the family meals at home, I started experimenting with vegetarian meals, and gave up meat when I left home at 20, and experimented with, or not experimented, I went vegan in my 20s. But then that probably lasted about 5 years or so. It wasn't as great an experience back then, like 20 years ago, as it is now. It's an amazing experience now. There's so many more products and foods on the market, and with the internet, we didn't have the internet back then. You can Google so many amazing recipes, and so I guess I just sort of fell backwards. But I for many years I still just wanted to get back to that space, and eventually it was a skin cancer diagnosis a few years ago, just over 3 years ago, that sort of just kicked my butt back into gear to get back into being vegan, which led me down a rabbit warren of then discovering that vegan's not necessarily always healthy, that plant-based or whole food plant-based is. I studied whole food plant-based or plant-based nutrition at eCornell with some of the plant-based giants or pioneers in that space, and just immediately decided that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to help people who were wanting to transition into this lifestyle, and so I wanted to become a coach in that area. And so I had the plant-based nutrition certification, and then I decided I'd go and get my health coaching certification too, so that I could help people move through more of a transformation on their journey. So that's really where it started. I guess I've had this desire to be more in the plant space all my life, or at least not eat animal products for most of my life. And just in the last few years, in fact, I think it was just last year, I made the decision, right, that's what I want to do. I need to become a health coach in this space. So yeah, that's really what brought me here.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so what can you offer people with regards to the plant-based eating coaching?
I have a 12-week transformation program. It's called Plant Power Transformation. And it really is a weight loss program designed to help somebody um, shed, well, probably up to around 10 kilos in 12 weeks, depending on what their goals are, of course. But we really tackle what's going into their body in terms of the food. I teach them about healthy plant-based eating. I teach them also about the mindset of food. So a lot of the time when people go on a plant-based diet, or when people go on a diet just in general, their focus is really around what they're giving up. And it's really around restriction, and that doesn't feel good. So I teach my clients to really focus on abundance. We've got an abundance of plants out there. There's something like 300,000 edible plants on this planet. So yeah, I really get them to switch their mindset when it comes to eating this way. And yeah, just get their body and or their health, their what they're putting into their body sorted out first, and then as happens with most people on any sort of weight loss plan, they sort of 4 weeks or so into their program, they're gung-ho, they're doing it on their own, they're all motivated themselves, and then come to about week 4 and they fall off. Something happens, they lose motivation. So that's when my program then flips to mind, and we start working on the mindset. We work on what how they self-sabotage, how that comes up for them in their lives, and ways to combat that. We look at things like stress, we look at self-care, we look at identity and beliefs, things like that. We really just sort of delve into that, and so we can sort of help them transition through those blocks in their journey and continue on. And then the back end of my program is all about the soul. So it's body, mind, and soul. So it's about integrating this new way of being, this new healthy way of life into the rest of their life, because we don't want this to feel like it's a 12-week diet. We want this to be something that they can transition out of the program and into the rest of their lives as well.
Okay.
So yeah.
Awesome. So where do you want to be with the plant-based coaching and plant-based weight loss coaching in the next, I don't know, 12 to 18 months?
Yeah, I'm still coaching one-on-one at the moment. I would really love to be able to have more of an impact and help more people in the space, because I see there's a lot of people out there just really struggling at the moment. They're really unsure of what they should be eating, they're self-sabotaging, and they just need somebody to walk them through a really easy transition, or really, I guess, a step that works, a transition plan that works. So I really want to be able to extend my coaching out to be working with groups of people at a time. And then, who knows from there. I've got all sorts of ideas around writing a book or a cookbook, all sorts of other ideas. But I think I sort of just, for myself, I sort of stick with what is the next step at a time, and then sort of let the rest of the pathway unfold for me after there. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to be out there meeting some of the plant-based giants, the pioneers in the space, Cordell Esselstyn, T. Colin Campbell, Neil Barnard. I'd love to meet all of them at some point in time. So I would love to be getting myself to a lot of the plant-based seminars and all that sort of stuff once they start happening again, after this sort of COVID experience that we're going through.
Yeah. So what have you noticed with your clients and COVID? Like, are there specific patterns that you're noticing with them at the moment, or?
Not necessarily with COVID, although I do see a lot of people saying that they have, probably not struggled so much, but they've probably let their healthy eating slide during COVID. There's probably been a bit of emotional eating going on. There's probably also been a bit of, a lockdown. I'm at home, there's snacks in the cupboard, and just because it's there, I'll eat it sort of behavior as well. But yeah, what I've seen with my clients is pretty much that pattern that I just walked you through. Like they're a little bit unsure exactly of what to eat, what they need,
Mhm.
how they need to tweak their diet in order to get results. And then, that whole sort of self-sabotage, the losing of the
Yeah.
momentum, like,
Mhm.
um, but you know what, those clients who really grasp the hang of it and have a really strong sort of mindset, they have been able to see some incredible results. I've had
Mhm.
one client at, I think it was around 9 weeks in, he'd already lost almost 20 pounds. That's probably around 9 kilos, which is incredible. And
Yeah.
another client who's been losing about the same. She's lost an average of 1 kilo a week,
Mhm.
which is incredible. They're all up to about week 10 at the moment. This particular round of clients, anyway.
Okay.
Um, and another previous client of mine lost just shy of 10 kilos as well. So
Nice.
yeah, it's been going really well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So how do you normally find your clients?
I have a Facebook group of my own, and there's many people who I speak to people on Facebook, in other Facebook groups.
Mhm.
I'm finding people who need help and support. They might be in a group that is more just around vegan eating or vegan recipes or something like that, and the group is not really set up to support weight loss or health. So I just let them know that I've got a group as well if they want to come in and see me in that group. And yeah, I just give them help and support in that group. I'm reaching out to them and having conversations with them. And it was actually conversations with a few people that have led me to want to just put together this weight loss guide that I'm working on at the moment, that I'll be launching very shortly as well. I'm going to be launching it via an online presentation, a little bit like this.
Nice. Nice. Okay. So can you, sorry. So where do you want to find more clients? Is that still on social media? Can they contact you off social media? What's the process there?
The best place to find me at the moment is social media. I don't have a website yet. It hasn't really been a priority for me, but that will come down the track.
Okay.
So the best place is to just find me on social media at the moment. I do
Mhm.
have an Instagram account under the Plant Power Coach,
Mhm.
but I'm mainly active on Facebook. So I have a business page, the Plant Power Coach.
Mhm.
I have a Facebook group called Plant Power Health. And people can also just reach out and speak to me directly, Karen Sawyer. Come and
Okay.
speak to me on my personal page. It's probably the easiest way to get in contact with me,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Well, that's all the questions that I have for you tonight. Are there is there anything else you would like to say to the audience before we close off?
Yeah, look, if anyone is considering uh, changing their diet to a plant-based diet with weight loss in mind, or if they're already plant-based or vegetarian, something like that, and want to know how to, I guess, enhance the power of plant-based eating, by all means, come and see me. I'm more than happy to help. Get your name on my wait list for this plant-based weight loss guide. So just reach out to me for that. I just need your contact details for that. And yeah, if you just want to know anything more about plant-based nutrition, plant-based health, by all means, come and join me in my Facebook group, Plant Power Health, and learn all about it there.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. I'm quite sure there'll be quite a few of my community out there who will be contacting you shortly.
Brilliant. Thanks so much, Lynette.
You're welcome. Have a great night.
Thanks. I'll see you later.
Okay, bye.